"What a beautiful day for a trip down the slopes," I remarked. I smiled over at my companion, Dr. Watson, as we stood outside the ski lodge, our bags in hand. This holiday was a gift for my dear friend, whose birthday was Saturday.
"Well, I did not expect the temperature to be so minimal,"
exclaimed Watson, who was shivering next to me, pulling a scarf even tighter around his neck and shoving his hat down further on his head of sparse brown hair. I let out a small laugh and clapped Watson on the back. "Cheer up, old chap. We are here to celebrate and enjoy the best of nature." I attempted to lighten his grumbling mood.
Yes, of course,"
he blustered, getting a better grip on his bags and following me into the chalet. I had booked us a suite in one of Switzerland's finest ski lodges, situated in the heart of the Alps. The weather was perfect. The crowds were absent, and the air smelled of ice and evergreens, instead of chimney smoke and other foul odors. After being shown to our room, Watson and I took a break for tea, discussing our plans for the weekend.
"I believe it would be best for us to explore this establishment from the inside, given the cold on the outside," he began, sipping at his tea.
"Why, nonsense, good fellow!" I gave him a surprised look, shaking my head. "You shall learn to ski from one of the best instructors in the country. Me." I gave him a reassuring grin, which did nothing to soothe the stout old man. "In fact," I smirked as I spoke, "I have planned an outing for us just this afternoon when we are finished with tea." My companion looked resigned, but attempted a polite smile. We unpacked our bags briefly and settled into the room, and I took the opportunity to sweep him out of the place and bring him outside into the fresh open air. I had made sure my friend had plenty of padding, suggesting he wear his heaviest coat and attire underneath, for warmth, of course. At the cabin that housed the skis and such, he was greatly dismayed to find he was supposed to balance on such thin pieces of wood. "Watson, dear chap, have you ever skied?" I questioned, not sure of the answer. "Of course," he protested, defensively. I could tell immediately that he was stretching the truth a little. After a rather prolonged shuffle to the beginner's slope, Watson and I reached the top of the very small hill. He peered down at the children skiing below, with an alarming expression on his face. "Come on, it will be fun!" I made another attempt at reassurance. He peered over at me, still catching his breath from the trek over to the hill. "Do you not trust me?" I laughed, smiling at him. I skied around him a bit, trying to prove the ease of the sport once the initial skill was picked up. He simply gazed at me in confusion. "Here, Watson, do as I show you." I grinned, trying not to laugh as I explained how to move in the wooden skis, using the poles to assist the motion.
"I say, Holmes, is all this necessary?"
probed my companion quite worriedly.
"I would much rather just enjoy the view from a quiet spot on the veranda."
I smiled and shook my head. "No, Watson. This is part of my present. Ski lessons and an introduction to the beautiful snowy scenery around us, all while flying down a hill." He grumbled to himself and pushed off with his skis a bit. "That's it," I encouraged, skiing in front of him, off to the side. Within seconds, he took a tumble, his skis splaying out in front of him as his back met the snowy slope. I had to stifle a chuckle as the man continued to grumble more loudly, attempting to get back up.
"Holmes! I say, Holmes!" he called. "Help me up!"
I did as he requested, chuckling to myself. "There you are, old friend," I happily wavered. We made it down the beginner's hill in a matter of 4 tumbles later, Watson becoming more disgruntled each time. I could not help a laugh as we finally reached the bottom of the slope, lifting my skis up in the air as I cheered for my friend.
"Inside now,"
Watson breathed out, his chest heaving with exertion. All right,